Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is Pastor Mark of the Community Church of Glen Rock. This is our fifth and final part of Tales of the Kingdom. Now, next week, we're going to be starting our whole Advent and Christmas Bible stories. So please make sure you come back next week. But this week, we're finishing up Tales of the Kingdom. And we're going to talk about gratitude. That's a big word, isn't it? Do you know what gratitude means? Just in case you don't, it means being thankful. Thankful for a lot of things, mostly for the blessings that we receive. Right? If you get presents at Christmas, you say thank you. And when people come to your birthday party, you say thank you. Well, our lives are full of blessings we have from God. How do we say thank you to God? One day, when Jesus was walking down the road, there were 10 lepers. And they all start yelling, Jesus, Jesus, have mercy on me, have mercy on me. Now, in Jesus' day, we don't really know what they meant by leprosy. It was pretty much any kind of skin disease. And it was a fear that it might be contagious. So lepers were kept off by themselves. You see, you weren't allowed, if you were a leper, to eat with anyone who wasn't a leper or live with anyone who wasn't a leper. It was all the lepers were kind of pushed aside. Now, I can feel their pain, but I can understand why people would be afraid to get leprosy too and would want to quarantine those folks. We all came through the COVID epidemic. And one of the first things we learned was if you have COVID, isolate, be by yourself. Don't give COVID to someone else. So I can see both sides of this, but it would be a pretty lonely life not being part of society. So these lepers really wanted to get cured. Now, if a person had leprosy and they thought they were cured, the law said they had to go to Jerusalem and talk to a priest, and the priest had to examine them, and the priest had to say, yes, you're not a leper anymore. So these 10 people with leprosy call out to Jesus, and he said, go to the priest, show yourselves. Would you do that? They hadn't been cured yet. But he told them to start going to the priest anyway. They had to have a lot of faith that they were going to be cured. Because if they're going to the priest and they still have leprosy, the priest is going to look and say, you got leprosy. Get out of here. You're not cured. So they took a leap of faith by doing what Jesus said. While they were walking, not before they started walking, while they were walking, they were cured. Wow. Have you ever been sick and then you recovered and you felt great? Well, you are the happiest person in the world when you're feeling better. Only one of those 10 saw he was cured and ran back to thank Jesus. And Jesus said, what happened to the other 9? I don't know. And Jesus praised the man who came back and said, thank you. Now, you and I live pretty good lives. Here in the United States, especially in towns like Glen Rock, we've got an awful lot to be thankful for. How do we thank Jesus? He's not with us in person. We can't say, oh, hey, thank you. Well, we can with our prayers. But I think probably the best thank you that Jesus wants is for us to think about how much we're blessed and then to bless someone else. If we've got way too much food, do we share it? Do we volunteer to help out other people? You know, there's a town very near us here, about 10 miles away, where there's a lot of poverty, where there's some really bad neighborhoods, where there's a lot of people who don't even have houses. Do we help them? Do we think about them? I know the church in Hackensack, the Second Reformed Church, does what's called the River Ministry, and they like volunteers. The River Ministry helps people who have no homes. And just a little bit south of us here in Newark, there's the Bessie Green Fellowship. They help homeless people there. Part of our saying, thank you, Jesus, is for us to help out those missions. We can't say to Jesus in person, thank you, but we can pray and say thank you. And that starts with looking at the wonderful lives we have for the most part and say, wow, God has blessed me. I need to bless someone else. And I need to say a prayer of thanksgiving. If you think your life is tough, look at the evening news and see how other people are living. The Palestinians in Gaza, civilians getting hurt up in Lebanon, the war in Ukraine. These are horrible places to live right now. We have a lot to feel gratitude for. Let's show it. In our prayers, let's thank Jesus, not once a day, maybe about 100 times a day. Let's thank Jesus. Let's think about how can we volunteer our time to help others who are not as blessed as we are. Part of being in God's kingdom is thanking God for every blessing. Well, that's our final part of Tales of the Kingdom. I do thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share so that our audience can grow. And more than that, please tune in next week as we start our Advent and Christmas Bible stories. Christmas is always a fun time of year. But let's not think about Santa so much that we forget Jesus. He's the reason for Christmas. So, my friends, thank you for watching. Again, this is Pastor Mark of the Community Church of Glen Rock. God bless you